With the threat ended and the world saved somewhat, their reason for being there was complete. What it cost them was lost to legend and myth. Whatever happened to the originals will never likely be explored. The direction the series has taken will never get an answer officially.
光から闇が生まれ、闇は北方し水となり、光は難航し火を生み、光と闇の間には風が流れ、光が闇に沈み大地へと帰る。大いなる力を受け選ばれし者よ、その真の力を示せ。
Well, that was unexpected. Welcome to the Video Protectors, and if you are watching this, you are probably one of the few, but very welcome commentators or watchers of my over 10,000 view video? Wow! I mean, last time I saw this, it wasn't even 1,000 views. Thank you so much. Anyway, when I posted this video, I didn't know about the lost episode of Digimon Tri, and I think it didn't even come out yet. And it seems as if they finally decided to address, after 15 years actually, the original Digidestins. Or did they? Oh, don't get me wrong, Protectors. This episode did delve into the past of the digital world, but the new Digimon Tri, at least to me, has now raised more questions than answered. Left glaring plot holes you can drive a Chimeramon through, and also actually pissed me off. Let me tell you why. Some of you may say that my last video was rendered moot or got tied up, har 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 har, because the episode lost pretty much tells us what happened in a flashback. But remember what I said in the video. Pretty much all of what I said came true, and I hadn't watched anything of Digimon Tri up until that point. In the last video, I said the prior Digidestins didn't have Digivices we knew of or had a prior model we hadn't seen. Bing! Right there, prior model. I said that they didn't really win. Doesn't look like it here. I said they would have emotional scars. Oh boy, have you met Maki? She literally reset the digital world for her own selfish reasons, and I will get to why that pissed me off. But it still doesn't answer who the original Digidestined were, at least to me. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but that's how I see it. Why? Because in the flashback they're fighting the Dark Masters, not Apoclymon. Oversight? Maybe, but they were the ones who gave birth to the four Guardians, with one sacrificing themselves to complete it. They didn't face off with Apoclymon, so that's still a question up in the air. It still doesn't explain how Haida and Oikawa knew about Digimon back in the 1980s. And they are clearly older than Maki or Diego is. Still doesn't explain how they got to the digital world in the first place either. But since the opening of this series showing the Season 2 Digidestins getting wiped out, does that retcon the ending of Season 2? You know, where they all win and their kids are going off to protect the digital world from then on 25 years after the fact? And most importantly, it undercuts and completely wipes out the two ultimate sacrifices of two characters, Black War Greymon and Oikawa himself. Redemption. It is a word I don't take lightly when it comes to characters. Here we have two villainous characters, Black War Greymon and Oikawa. Two characters who are consumed by their drives. One wants to fight the ultimate opponent at all costs, and one just wants to fulfill his dream and one of his dead friend, Haida, to go to the digital world. Both in the end sacrificed themselves, giving their very lives for all time to protect the digital world. Oikawa's and Black War Greymon's ultimate and final redemption. Oikawa's was his last wish to undo all the damage he did by giving his very life in the most touching and sad moment at the last episode of Season 2, and all of it was wiped out with Maki's selfish act. That pissed me off. But these two aren't alone. Leomon's death didn't happen. Wizardmon's sacrifice didn't happen. Pixiemon's death didn't happen. Whalemon didn't happen. All of it got reset, and it completely removes the weight of their actions and their characters. It still doesn't excuse Diego or Maki either, one of who is in charge of a group who was dedicated to monitoring the Digimon activity in the world and didn't lift a finger to help. Again, I brought this up. Partners or not, their reasons are selfish. And what happened to the other three? Did they suffer a worse fate? Did they just give up? What the hell is up with Dark Jedi here? And if they didn't kill off the Season 2 Digidestins as is implied, which would be a complete retcon of Season 2's ending, they're going to show up eventually and render this pointless completely. This entire scene will be pointless. When you weigh all of it up like that, like I do, it makes Digimon Try not what it could have been, at least to me. All the good animation in the world can't equal up to a bad story. I know there are fans of this, and you are free to call me wrong. But to me, as far as I was ever concerned, Digimon for me ended way back in Season 3 as a send-off. This episode and this series just leaves a bad taste in my mouth after watching it. I really wanted these answers. I really wanted to know what happened, but far as I see at this point, and until they really come back with something interesting, and I know it's just a show, and I know it's just anime, but this was my childhood. This was my time when I was, 15 years old, when I was watching anime, and I was really getting into these. I loved these characters. I loved everything about it. Hey, feel free to tell me I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel about it. But I will stick to what I said. The biggest questions about this series, the biggest questions that we have all wanted to know, that we've spent countless videos on. If you type in Digimon Original Digidestins, you're going to find video after video after video of us trying to piece it together. This was Digimon Try's attempt to give us a larger picture of the world that we really wanted to see. And as far as I'm concerned, it really is a big letdown, at least to me. So as far as I'm concerned, the answers are still unanswered. And where does this leave Digimon Protectors, for those of you that listen into my stories? Oh boy, I'm more convicted than ever to this project. I've got lots of updates on the way, I got artwork, and things to tell the story that needs to be told. One of real loss, broken heroes, and a fight against all odds against an enemy that never was defeated. Stay tuned to the channel, hit the like button, subscribe, and join up. Hey, we got a future to save after all.